Alright, let's go. Oh, whoa! Hooray, everybody! Hope everyone's having a good one. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. There we go. It says much better now. So yeah, I don't know what to do in the meantime. I don't know what to put up. You know what? I can put like an image of like a brain or something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Turn off studio mode. We don't need that shit no more. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. I do have kind of like a brain image somewhere. Well, first I have to find it in here. Stream overlay image. No. Where's my fucking... Where are my images? My images, chat. Where are they? Do you know where... Oh, wait. I almost forgot. I gotta enable TTS. I gotta enable TTS before I fucking forget, because I keep fucking forgetting. It is really annoying. But we should be all good now. TTS bubbling. Alright. Jumpy should be live now, which is good. Yeah, ba. But yeah, style of the streams is pretty self-explanatory. I almost want to wait for... Okay, actually, this is perfect because we're just gonna browse real quick. I know I made a brain somewhere. I had to make like a brain for a project, I remember. There it is. I have this weird ass having trouble with unemployment thing. I should probably find a better image of a fucking brain or something. I'm not okay. I should probably. You know what? Let's make a little rule section. I didn't think to do this beforehand, but you know what? We love doing things on the fly here. You know what I'm saying? Do I have text already somewhere saved in these sources? God, I don't want like any competent streamer to see what my fucking scenes look like. Or like my scene management. It's bad. It's just as bad as my cable management. Haha. Okay, real quick. Let's add Texi Poo. There it is. Alright. Oh, that's fucking huge. Okay. That is absolutely huge. Where the fuck do I change? Oh, okay. We need to be like 30, maybe? Something like this, yeah. We're gonna do question rules. Roll. Okay, I'll just do. Hold on. Number 2. Pertaining to names. There's another one. I'm trying to think. The meow. All the meows are kind of distracting me. Oh boy. Oh, I just realized I don't have my fucking pop mic. There we go. Let you know my applause is all explosive and everyone knows it. Haha. But yeah. Let's see. I can't. I'm trying to think of like other questions I'm not allowed to, or like, I'm trying to think of what other rules I'm not allowed to do. Or like chat is allowed to do. I can't really think of anything. I'll be real. But yeah. So if y'all got questions, like I'm being serious. If y'all got questions, if there are any lurkers here or whatever, like please ask them away. Yeah, baby. Some ladies, yeah, baby. I guess I will start off with, I guess maybe the reason. I feel like that's probably a good, what should I call it? That's probably a good way to be like, oh yeah, that's what we were doing or whatever. Hey, Fanzo! Also, I am so sorry if this is the way people find out that I've been in the psych ward for the past, like, since, like... Hey, let me see me, hi, y'all! How's it going? Yeah, I would hate... It's simultaneously really funny, but also kind of sad if people find out I've been in the psych ward because of this stream, or like because they were waiting for like a stream announcement from me. But just glad to see you again. Yeah, we back live. I am low-key kind of exhausted, but I wanted to do the stream. I wanted to do a Saturday stream because if I didn't do a Saturday stream, then like I would be unhappy. I would not forgive myself. So, some things. Yeah. Obviously, as you can see, we have question rules. And as the title says, I'm going to be talking about my experience in the psych ward. It really wasn't that bad. Like, genuinely, it wasn't that bad. I want to talk about it. I want to, if people have questions about mental health, or like in the hospital, or at least like if they want questions about that and psych ward related questions, how I'm doing, etc. Like all that is fair game. I can't I can't give I can't say the hospital I was at, for example. And I really shouldn't. I'm gonna try to. But I really shouldn't say the names of any people that I was associated with. Any of the people I was associated with in the hospital, you know? Like, literally, just because patient confidentiality, I don't want, like, whatever, to be like, oh no, Wally did a stream and doxed his new friends. That would suck. So, I realistically can really only talk about I can only talk about like my personal experience. I will not talk about any stories I was told by other patients. Oh, actually that's a good rule. Actually, hold on. like, actually, not the patient, but still respectful for your duty. I know confidentiality is for medical personnel, but like, I don't want there to be a chance that like I don't want to dox my friends. If I want to dox my new friends, if I say a name, and then somebody goes and like looks all across, you know, because I think people know where I live, or not where I live, like the state I live in. How about patient privacy? Nice. That's really cool, actually. Um, I told you at one point, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Like at least I'm at the very least American, and all my times are in PST, so whatever. But I don't want to say a name for someone and then have that accidentally get spread, or like I just don't want to like risk any actual info getting out. I just want to describe what happened to me. Not what happened to me, I guess, but like what my experiences, what I learned. So those are the 3 rules. So long as your questions pertain to those rules, I can answer them. So yeah. If people don't got questions for me, I will simply get started. If at any point anyone has questions, I will try and find a natural stopping place to answer them for you. Oh, that'd be why. There we go. That should be working now. So... Wait a minute. No, I can't. Damn it, I can't do that. What are my feelings on the weather? It's been raining way too much here. Like, genuinely, it's been raining way too much here. Like, it's kinda dumb. Several times, like, during my work, I don't hate rain. I just hate getting soaked to the bone. I would rather not do that. I don't mind, like, I kind of like the rain, but, like, you know, it's always, like, too much of it, and shit happens, and it's bad. So, like, the weather, like, while I stayed in the, while I stayed in the ward, we were only allowed outside, like, I think there was only a few times when we were allowed outside. Like a nurse or like no, like or occupational therapist or a nurse had to open the door, had to unlock the door for us, and then okay, so actually, brain, get the brain out of here. We don't need that actually. I can make my own visual aid by simply window capture. I don't care about Nubby's number factory. I want Clip Studio Paint, baby! So I don't have, I'm also probably not going to save this at all, so, you know. But yeah. Actually, I'll just do, like, so, like, the place, whatchamacallit? Oh, I didn't mean to grab that. Break. Oh, oh. For accidentals, also I need to take off my... I have this really cool bracelet, but it is kind of annoying to wear when I'm at my desk. I'm gonna take off my other bracelet too, real quick. Okay. Oh, boy. Feel like that, and it looks slightly better. There we go. So, when I was talking about they let us outside, so you kind of had like a little area right here that had a ramp, and of course like railing, or like a stone wall right here. It went around here, and then it kind of went into like a big sidewalk front, and there was grass and all that good stuff everywhere. And then right here And then right here was a nice gazebo. I believe it's like something like this. And then we go, and it had like big windows like that. And then it was like obviously grass. I'm just drawing with my mouse because I can't think of anything else. And then all around was a big wall. Like, just a big wall. Some people joke that they could climb it, even though the ward I was in was a voluntary psych ward, meaning you asked to be there. You literally asked to be there. Like, you didn't... Like, there wasn't anything else. Like, it was literally just asked to be there. They made a big wall? Well, yeah, it's still like it's like a psychology or a psych ward. They need to keep the patients in a fixed, like, basically they need to keep us in a fixed position more or less. Not mixed, like, you know, yeah. So there was a big wall, and then otherwise we were basically not allowed like out into the greater hospital area. Which is fine. Which is totally fine, and it makes a lot of sense because, you know, everybody in the psych ward, it has varying, like, we all have various mental issues or mental illness. So we can't all, like, we're all here to like get healed, like we're all here to get some mental healing, to get better, and stuff. So, yeah, so, you know, they do keep us contained, but like it's for an understandable reason. And otherwise, it was pretty like they mainly didn't let us outside, mostly because the weather was so god awful. The weather was so piss. Like, yeah, literally the weather was so bad that like most of the time they just wouldn't let us out because it was too it was like raining or like too cold and stuff. Yeah. The place I went to, yeah, no, that's the outside. Like this was like the little outside courtyard area, and it had like little cobblestone path, like kind of. It went up into the gazebo. People had drawn in chalk on the gazebo and stuff, so that was that. Like inside the gazebo, even though we're not supposed to, but like you know how people are with rules, so it doesn't matter. I tried to be a good patient and follow all the rules because, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to have them like keep me longer because thank you. I'm going to eat. Yay! Let's go. Since you can't do it, I will quickly do this. There we go. I'm petting myself, but like, it's you, Civi. What else? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, so there's a lot of... Hi, I'm here. Hey, Josie! I've just been talking about... Or put... Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just talking about how, like, this was our outside area right here. Like, this... you can't see my... I forgot you can't see my cursor with this. Hold on. Yeah! Call it... Properties... Okay. It just doesn't want to capture my fucking cursor. Alright, fuck you, OBS. Anyways. So yeah. This was, like, outside, and then it went down... Like there's, like, a balcony area right here, like, right out front of the door, and then they went down, and and then there's just like grass all around, and then the what you call it? And it kind of went into like a sidewalk where people could draw, like people could use chalk to like draw on the ground and stuff. And then this was the gazebo. I had a really nice chat with a lady who came in. I had a really nice chat with a lady who came in this gazebo. It was very nice, very insightful. I talked to a lot of people. You meet, okay, I will say, I'll say this about the Psych-Ward. For real, you meet awesome people. I think, or at least in the one I went to, that was like that was constantly low population. It's like the people who go there, like obviously everyone has issues, right? Like that's literally the whole point. We're all here because our mental is in the gutter. Whether that be because of bipolar issues or anxiety or just any kind of mental illness under the sun, you came to this place. Yeah. So, but the best part for me, the best part about the Psych-Ward was the fact, since everyone there has mental illness, since everyone there basically has, like, we're all there for the same reason, we're all here to get better, etc. And everyone has gone through, like, mental shit before, or not before, but they you know, a lot of Ooh, that's a wonderful question. So, I was terrified. This, Benzo? Yeah, no. Yeah, Benzo, this is the first time I have visited, I visited my other family in the Psych-Ward before. This is my first time I personally have ever been in the Psych-Ward. And for a long time, I was so scared. I was genuinely, like, really, really scared about going in. Or, like, about going to it at all. Like, they just, like, hospitals in general just kind of freak me out, low-key. Hospitals in general just low-key freak me out, which, for one. And then the other thing is, like, I got mental illness. The stuff I have, like, you know, ADHD, generalized anxiety disorder, bipolar 2, and then probably autism. I haven't been screened for it, but I probably have autism. There's a lot of boxes I probably check. I could probably check that. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh wait, so yeah. So, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to pin like questions as they come in. Yeah, these yeah. So I was gonna yeah. What is like with your experience when you went there for the first time? So this is a two-part question. So I will give you two parts. I had heard about the Psych-Ward obviously from my I have all these mental issues. I always assumed I would eventually end up in the ward. Just statistically, I will have a really bad day, and I will have to just go in, right? So, my basic, like, the experience there, at first I was really scared, because mainly, like, my family has told me of, like, hey, this is what happens, they let us do this and that, and all that good stuff, but I didn't know how my personal experience was gonna go, so, that's why, you know, so, like, that's why I was mainly scared, because I didn't know what my experience was gonna be when I went in. So, yeah. So, first of all, I'll get into why I went in the first place. Like, I do want to talk about that, because it still bugs me, but I am comfortable enough to talk about it with, other people. It wasn't, like, super traumatic or anything. Nobody died or whatever. It was just, like, a complete, like, mental thing for me personally that happened. So anyways. Oh, okay. It literally just is that. Alright, sorry. I had to check that. But going to... I love this song. Yeah. So obviously, I think this is pretty obvious, but like, obviously, you can't just go into the psych ward. You can't just be admitted automatically. First, you have to go to the ER. So I went to the emergency room. My parents took me to the emergency room. And we got there at like 4 in the morning. Like, this is like, we got there like 4 in the morning. We'll find out later why. And then I just chilled on a hospital bed for... I just kind of chilled on a hospital bed from 4 a.m. all the way to fucking 10... like 10:10 or whatever. Like 10:10 p.m. at night. I literally was like, basically start of the day to near the end of night was when I finally got admitted inside. Like, when I was finally allowed inside. I say aloud. Like, when I was finally, just able to go inside. They, I had, like, a nurse and stuff. They were checking my vitals a bunch. I had to give, like, blood and urine samples. Just because, like, whenever you go to these places, whenever you go to the hospital and stuff, they have to check that stuff, which is fair. My parents were there for, I want to say, like, 75% of the hospital stay. At some point, I changed out of my normal clothes into scrubs, into these nice scrubs, and I got the Grippy socks. I sadly did not take the Grippy socks with me when I eventually did leave. But yeah, I did, but like, but I got my Grippy socks on, and then. Like, I didn't really try to go to sleep, but I was low-key having a manic episode in the hospital, or a hypomanic episode, which basically meant I didn't want to go to sleep. All I wanted to do was talk and fidget and look around, and my mom was like, I think you're having a manic episode. It's like, oh, what do you mean? It's like, well, how do you, like, you haven't gone to sleep at all in, like the past few hours. What are you doing? Like, kind of thing. And what's scary about, at least for me, and what's scary about my episode, like, when I have, like, manic episodes and stuff, I literally can't tell I'm having them. I can't really, I can't really tell that I'm having them. And that's scary. That's, like, really scary. Like, I won't do anything. The mania basically is, like, it's heightened. It's like heightened mood. I talk more. You have less need for sleep. And there's also the depressive stuff, like the depressive side of things, which is more what I'm inclined towards. But I do kind of have my high moments, where I was just anxiously chatting, and then basically once I got over all my fear, like once I got all my fear out, then I just started talking about whatever popped in my head to my parents. I just talked their ear off while they were there, and they intermittently, like, had to go outside to go do something, or, like, go out occasionally. So my mom left me with her iPad, like her big tablet, and I watched Wombu. I watched Wombu on the big tablet, and I felt like an iPad kid. It was real silly. But yeah, it was really silly. I want to say that, like... The fuck is Wombu? You don't know who Wombu is? Oh my god, wait, hold on. Pause stream. Pausing stream, because we're gonna talk... Okay. Really quick side tangent. Very quick side tangent. Change window capture to 13th hour. I love this. So real quick, this is... Wombu is a... Don't look at my... context. So Wombu is... No, I don't think anyone has... What the... That's not FNAF parts. I don't know what that was about. Genuinely, no idea what that was about. Anyways, Wambu is a obviously a content creator on YouTube that I love to watch, and his videos are really funny. I feel like his style of humor is my style. Is like what I would be like. I heard noises on the other side of my door, and I don't know what they were. Hearing your experience makes me want to hug you. Aww. I appreciate it, Fanzo. Um, yeah. Anyways, point is, Wambu is. Yeah, no, because I live. So my room is right next to the stairs, and the stairs are pretty squeaky. So someone was probably coming upstairs. I'm also in the process, with the help of my brother, of remodeling my whole room, like rearranging everything. Uh, we went to the thrift store today. Anyways, back to Wambu. Wambu is mostly a top 10 creator, but his humor and editing style, I feel like, is what I would do if I decided to actually do content for once in my life in terms of like YouTube. He's really funny. I really enjoy him. I will see if I can find a small out of context video. Wembu. We don't care about fucking Wembu, dude. I don't give a shit about Wembu. Okay, I think this person has made. I think this person was the other one who made like out of context. Because I just really want. Oh, never mind. They only made the one. Never mind. Maybe? Come on, you gotta have Wambu somewhere. I know you do. You're a fan. Never mind. Okay. So real quick.
And it turns out
making a YouTube video
involves this thing called
context,
which I definitely can't eat. Can I eat it?
You can't eat it.
I can't eat it.
My criticism for Sleep is that Kirby doesn't commit narcoleptic manslaughter.
Mamma mia, paisanos! This is a fine meatball I've gotten myself into!
When is this ride supposed to end anyway?
Hopefully never!
Oh, Wambu, stop killing us to death with military-grade explosives.
Get ready for a musical adventure.
Oh my god.
No, trust me. It's fine. I'm just...
Oh, looks like the circus has come to town.
I'm very wrathful, as you guys know.
Hello, I'm Johnny John.
Rhombocosai dodecahedron.
Guys, watch! I'm gonna do a cannonball!
And let's not forget palm trees.
And let's not forget water.
Oh, let's not forget that.
Yo, that's me.
Grill-flavored crunchy munchy crunchies Queen's Taste Brooklyn crisps.
And that's exactly what I'm here to off you. To off you? Like a One of you guys can have my eyes. I'm clearly not using them. Thank you very much. I think he's gonna be alright.
I like murder. I like to kill people for fun.
I accidentally spec ops the line to whole city block.
Dear Wambu, I am a literal, actual typhoon.
My voice never does what I fucking want it to do.
Careen them back to their home planet.
Okay, I'm back.
When I
Sorry
was
about that.
just a baby,
But yeah, Wambu is very
mom used to
silly.
tell
Like, this is
me,
just out of
"Son,
context, but his
always
editing is
be
so
a
silly. I love it.
but light on the horizon.
I'll take a potato chip.
I grew up in Apple, Oklahoma. I'm a fire wheel. It's like good old time ice. Howdy doody, everyone.
After moving into a small town, and I got a job as a pizza.
Memes.
I am Shadow Android.
Here's a bomb. Make it bigger. Give it more damage. It's a bombier bomb now. I'm throwing snowballs at you. Okay, humorous mammal. I know you're in here. Oh,
Also,
Mario's
of course,
neck
his
is
like
named Adam.
avatar or
Oh,
whatever
God, I
is
wasn't
a
prepared
really
for
cute
that.
chandelure, and I love it.
Make you feel a little baby.
Top 10 things that Kirby puts in his mouth.
Just remember one of my favorite clips.
Wambu,
Wait, I just
much
remember
love
one of
to
my
you,
favorite
and I
clips.
respect
Hold
your
on,
opinion,
hold on.
But I
Mark's
He
man.
made a Kirby 64 like
What?
top 10 combination video for like the power combos.
I did shoot a man in Redgar.
Arr.
Double backflip McTwist slam. Oh. Oh my god.
Also on April Fool's Day, he does like a very elaborate like shit post
This is it!
for April
My
Fool's.
magnum opus!
It's really silly.
I've never felt such an urge to flush my own head down the toilet.
Anyways, this is Wambu's.
Oh, really? Well, that's a huge relief for
I like your head.
You think you're better than me, but you're
Now we can finally put it to end it. This ability made me excited about hills. You've never played F. You've never played F. You've never.
I'm gonna stop one.
played an F-Zero.
Okay.
You've never. You're still gonna need a.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, Zibby. I'll get back to the stream. I promise. I'm sorry. No, stop spamming Raisin Wally. Stop spamming the Raisin Wally. Oh, I'll go back to whatchamacallit. Clip Studio. There we go. Okay, back to stream. I don't know where I was. Oh, I was talking about my experience. So, yeah, I had to. Like, they eventually changed me. Oh my god. Hi, Soul. Welcome in. Fucker. Y'all are all spamming Raisin Wallies. Okay, whatever. So, they eventually changed me into these really nice scrubs. I just want to say, I wore those scrubs for a while. It was so comfy. Like, genuinely, those scrubs were really, really comfy. I liked wearing them. It was very silly. I got my Grippy socks, like I said. And yeah, I would intermittently, like, watch Wambu on the iPad and talk to my parents. They're stinky scrubs. What do you mean? It's fine. They were like these, whatchamacallit? What, they were these, I don't know how to describe the color. I want to say, hold on. I want to say, like, something like this color is what the scrubs were. I want to say they were really comfy. Point is, they were really comfy. I liked them a lot. Yeah, I got my Grippy socks, and then I had to see a crisis, what is known as a crisis counselor. Also, they of course did feed me like hospital food, which by the way is really bland. They have to make it bland so that patients, and then so that if someone has like a sodium thing or whatever, like so they can season it themselves. Basically. And also just because like they basically have to make it bland to be sure for patients in case they have allergies and other like dietary restrictions. So aside from that, like yeah, it was the hospital food was really bland, but also it was alright. A lot of it was just kind of dry and not very like tasty enough, I guess. The scrambled eggs sucked though. They were super dry. They were definitely bag eggs, which are awful. Anyways, but yeah. So I then had to talk to a crisis counselor. I went over all the reasons I was there. I went over the reasons why I was there. I told him that I've been having a mental health crisis for the past 4 months or so. So yes, basically the past 4 months when I've been streaming and stuff. I've really been going through it. I was off my meds for a while, and then I got back on them. I was off my meds for a while because I forgot. I didn't know how to refill them. I didn't know how to get a refill on them because I usually do it through a phone app, but I wasn't sure how to do it, and I just stopped taking my meds for a while, unfortunately. So 2 months ago I got put back on my meds, but like like it takes time, and also I wasn't being very like on it in terms of taking them. I was kind of just like a lot of the time. Which is bad if you're someone with the mental illness. Because not having that means I am unmedicated, and unmedicated Wally is bad. Okay. Like it's not necessarily what you call it. Like it's not okay, it is bad. Unmedicated Wally, it's bad for me specifically. Um, Anyways, sorry, I had to quickly respond on something on Discord. I apologize. I should get the homesick going again. Ooh, are we in Tensei now? Oh, we might be in the Tensei music now. Let's fucking go. I love Tensei. But yeah, I had to talk to Akasis Chrysler, and after I described everything to them, to him, he told me that I was what was considered a borderline patient, meaning that I had the choice between going to outpatient therapy, which is regular therapy stuff. You get sent to like anger management and like other stuff, and like you work with a therapist. The other is of course voluntary, which means you go in the Psych-Ward, which is inpatient care. So I chose inpatient mainly because I needed direct help. I needed people like inside the ward. You have a psychiatrist that you talk to every day, and they adjust your meds as needed. They give you the meds you need, and then you adjust them, up them, down them, depending on how you're feeling, or like see how you make them feel, like up or down, whatever. And then, yeah. And there's plenty of other like people that work in the ward that you can talk to get stuff done. And I decided, I was like, I need direct help. I need to like be in an environment that is literally all about mental health and like self-reflection and working on myself. Because because therapy is nice. Therapy's great. But my problem is I don't remember. My problem is that in therapy there is such a space between appointments that I often forget what I learned in the interim, which is bad. So to basically to make sure, I figured that if I was in a scenario where I was basically I was more or less like locked in an enclosure, and I had enrichment, of course, as every good enclosure does. And yeah, we had all this stuff. Anyways, I chose inpatient because I was like, I need to like ingrain this experience in my head. I need to fully remember everything. I need to be able to recall it. I need to like do all this stuff. So it was very good for me, genuinely. So I talked to the crisis counselor, and then I didn't, like I said, I didn't get checked in until 10:10. And during that, I had to do a bunch more stuff. I had to sign a bunch of paperwork saying like waivers. I was saying like, hey, do you consent to blah blah blah, like to being here, etc. I had to sign it yes, and then they showed me. I walked around for a bit just to explore the space. There was a so basically, I would describe the interior is you had the lounge, like the south lounge right here, and then all across this wall, and kind of like over here too, all was like the various rooms that the patient stayed in. Right here was a little nurse window, to be like, you could basically their office, like the nurse's office where they worked, was basically right here. And then this went into the north lounge, that has a really good nook back here with like two chairs and a table. It's got books there. I got a really good book. I found a really good book called Our Dreaming Mind by Robert Vandecastle. It's a book all about like dreams and how they have affected history and artists and religion. It's really interesting. It's like 500 pages. I didn't finish it before I left, but it was a really cool book. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it soon-ish because God, I really want my own copy because I want to finish it. Point is, yeah. So I walked around a bit, and then my room. Let's say my room was like right here, like initially right here. Inside my room, let me. We're just gonna cut and copy real quick. So inside my room, there, I was lucky. Both my rooms, because you get moved around a little bit as patients need to come in, and then as patients come in, they need to make space. So like they have double rooms at the very end. They have like double rooms at the very end, where you can have a roommate basically. But generally speaking, you have all the same stuff. In my room, I had like a little desk. I had a big window. I also had like a bed. So I had like a nice. I had like a nice bed, and this had like a weird, like plastic chair. It was like a plastic table and a plastic chair, then a bed, and then opposite the bed, like over here, was a bathroom that I have terrible handwriting with a mouse, but whatever. So like, and then opposite my bed, in the opposite corner, was a was a bathroom. And I had multiple lights in my room that I could turn off and on outside the room. Like I had a couple night lights, and then a dimmer, like for the main light to really light up my room and stuff. Yeah. On my first day, I was super anxious, and I was super anxious. Honestly, like I was still like socialized. I still tried to be friendly with people and like. Not like be happy, but I was like I wanted to be like because generally speaking I'm a positive person, like genuinely. I hope that comes through. I hope that comes through, like with my streams. I try to be a positive person, not like toxic positivity where I'm always smiling, but I try to be positive. But yeah, that first day was rough. They have multiple groups. First day, you wake up. Actually, they wake you up at 6:30 a.m. to check your vitals. So they come in, they give you the oxidator or whatever it is, like the thing they clip on your finger. The thing they clip on your finger, and then they check your blood pressure, and then like they record or whatever, and then they're gone, and you're just kind of expected to either get up or just go back to bed. I want to say like most of the time I was able to fall back asleep, but there were a couple times where I didn't. I just was like, okay, I'm just awake now. Then we had breakfast. We had breakfast in the South Lounge. After breakfast, we had to go. So this ward I went to was the therapy was basically all group therapy. So there were various groups throughout the day. First you have morning check-in group. You get a sheet of paper. You rate you're at symptoms. They had a question. They had a question of the day. What are you grateful for? Goals. And I believe the other one goals for the day. And then it was, I want to say, what was the other thing? I don't know. Oh no, the other thing was like room Like, so basically, if you had something in your room, like, something wrong about your room, like it was too hot, too cold, you need a new blanket, or you wanted more blankets or pillows, etc., you can bring that up and be like, hey, can I have this stuff? So for a while, for me, I had to be like, hey, can you please turn down the thermostat in my room? Because, like, each room basically has independently controlled temperature. So, yes. So first of all, we had basically check-in group. There's 2 check-in groups, one for the evening, or one for morning, one for evening. The evening one has different questions on it, but I'm not gonna bother talking about that because I think you get the gist. And then you got put into one, and then the first group was one of 2 groups. You either got put in creative expression, which is basically you just do art. You just do art in the South Lounge here, or like me, I got stuck in process group. I say I got stuck in it. I love process group. Like, legitimately, I think it was the most helpful thing about my experience in the ward. I'm with the process group, and I'm very quickly going to go. We're gonna paste that. More drawing. So inside the process group room, there was actually like a piano. There was like a nice piano. You know, it was genuinely like really nice. I don't play the piano, so whatever. And then there were seats. There were a bunch of seats, all basically in a circle, like this. Not this close, obviously. But yeah, like it was. Oh wait, there. So basically, it was many seats depending on how many people were in process group. We had that many chairs out, all in a circle. And in this group, they had 6 guidelines. The guidelines were as follows: stay in the. I hate not having my tablet, but whatever. Not wrong here, and now. Which is a pretty obvious guideline of basically try to stay with like how you're feeling in the group right this second, and try not to think about like the past or the future, because you can't change the past and you can only kind of influence the future, so with your own actions. Yep, that was guideline number 1. The other one was self-advocate. Yeah, this other one was self-advocate. So the point of this one was be assertive. Like, basically be assertive, speak up for yourself, talk. Like, yeah, like just be your own advocate, like be assertive, etc. And then the one right after that is no rescuing. Which ties these rules all kind of like tie into each other, but this one especially. This one ties into self-advocate, because no rescuing. I spelt rescuing wrong. There you go. That's a C now, I guess. So basically, if somebody is feeling really emotional, they want to if they're feeling really emotional, don't try to console them. Let them feel their emotions. You can't you shouldn't be like, oh, it's okay. Like, no. You let them feel it, and if it makes you uncomfortable, whatever, but you have to let them feel their emotions and go through their own experiences. Or if they need a tissue or something, they have to get up and get the tissue for themselves. As an example. Basically how I like to interpret it, a person who was basically my neighbor for a while, he said it really good of let people be their own hero. Let people be their own hero. let them do stuff for themselves and self-advocate and all that good shit. Next up, what was the say the here and now? Oh, use I statements. So if you don't like, I think it's pretty obvious, but an I statement is like, I feel sad, I feel happy. I wish if someone would not like, I wish you wouldn't do that. So basically, it's kind of like you're owning your feelings, you're owning what you say, and it's really nice. So you try not like, so if you try to talk generally of like a you or they, you talk about like how you personally feel about this. That this is like, I would talk about how I personally feel about whatever we're discussing. Yeah. So it kind of this one kind of ties into the stay in the here and now. And then of course, right after use I statements is respect. Basically meaning, people are gonna like, this is a very emotional group, so you're gonna. I'm gonna snooze the ad break real quick because I want to keep talking about. I want to talk for like 5 more minutes about what's going on. So yeah, standing here and now, self-advocating, no rescuing, use I statements, respect, and respect is pretty obvious. Like basically, if you disagree with somebody on something, don't bum them for it or whatever. Just like if you disagree with someone, say you disagree like respectfully, essentially. Everyone's going through their own shit, so yeah. Basically, it's the don't be a dick rule, but yeah. And then the last thing about process group, or like the last guideline, was confidentiality. So basically, no one in the group, if somebody shares a story in process group, you cannot share it with other people. Like in the ward, you don't tell anyone. It basically stays between everybody in the group. Whatever is shared here stays between the group. You can talk about issues you had in the group, what you worked on in the group, and stuff like that. Like, oh, like I was working on like my not my anger. Like I was trying to like socialize more in the group. You could, yeah, that's something. But you can't be like, Billy talked about his Billy told me about his trauma. And it's like, no. You can't do that. Don't be a dick. Also, there was nobody named Billy. I just said that because there was never anyone named Billy in the fucking Psych-Ward as far as I knew. Just for the record. And then, process after we went over the guidelines, everybody introduced themselves, talked about how they were currently feeling, and then declared what their agenda was. Their agenda could be, they had a list of examples on the back of the page, which are like, basically this is a process group is more about like communicating and building relationships between people, and like trying to improve being like a better communicator and stuff like that. Actually, that like being a better communicator was actually one of the goals for the on the example agendas. That was one of them. But you can also like just do whatever else you think of. Like, I remember one time I said I wanted to trust myself and others more. Just because like that was the thing I was going through at the time, and I was like, you know what, I need that too. I'm going to take a sip of my water because oh my goodness. Yeah. So, yep. And also, generally speaking, between each group, there's at least a little bit of break time, either 40 minutes to a couple hours. It's just dependent on when. So you do like that, you know, like your agenda, all that stuff, and then afterwards, everybody just starts talking. Not everybody starts talking, but maybe the person, it's normally a social worker who basically facilitates the group, goes over the rules, like helps go over guidelines and stuff, and then you just everyone like. Sometimes you have a silent group. I personally didn't really have one. You just have like a silent group where literally no one talks because everyone's anxious and don't want to do stuff. Like they don't want to be here. They don't want to like talk. It's typical stuff, like typical like just anxiety stuff. Like which makes sense. Or you can talk about just random stuff. Like you don't necessarily have to get deep in this. But we ask questions. You have it's basically like a really organic therapy session with other people, and it's a lot of fun. There were a couple times where somebody just asked an icebreaker question essentially, and we just talked about pets for a while. I think that's fine to say. But yeah, really silly. And then after process group, what was it? Yeah, and basically we just talked until group was done. Creative expression group, we did art. Also, I just want to say this: I never, ever got to do creative expression group, and I am low key pissed about that. You could like go to your doctor and like talk to your doctor about it and be like, hey, I'm just really, can I go in the other group, please? And you also didn't necessarily have to go to each group. You could sleep in, but you're basically expected to be like in your room or something if you weren't feeling well, or if you weren't feeling well physically or mentally, you could skip groups. But yeah. I guess I'll wait till the ad break's about to start. I'm so sorry. We run ads around here. Because so that people don't get pre-rolls. I know you can technically use ad blocker with Twitch, but like depending on what it is, it doesn't really work. So yeah. I will wait for everybody to come back. Everybody in my community is doing stuff. Or is there an ad break? Hello? My stuff didn't like reset, did it? Like, we're still going. We're still chilling. We're big chilling. There it is. Okay. All right. I just assumed. Okay. I'm gonna sing my little song. No ads for me, so I am chilling. Let's go. I'm gonna sing my little song while I wait for all my friends. I want everyone to know this is what I went through. It really wasn't that bad. Honestly, it really wasn't that bad. All I have to say is that I got help, I guess. It really wasn't. In some aspects, I would say that I actually had fun. I had a good amount of fun. After my anxiety went away. Also, I'm no longer... The Psych-Ward is no longer scary to me because I know how I'll react. So everyone, there is like a minute left on the ads. But while I'm sitting here and waiting patiently, listening to music while everyone... Well, everyone's in ads, or whatever. I just want you to know that I'm okay. And that's all you really need to know. I'll wait patiently for people to come in after ads. A friendly reminder, I do have a lurk slash like let me know when ads are done button, or when you come back from ads rather. So feel free to do that. So fucking Twitch counts you as a viewer because they just decided to kill lurkers. I don't know. It was stupid. It's really dumb because like I love to lurk in my friends' streams to give them a little. Donkey, I appreciate you. Literally, you have like literally one stream point. Just go into the thing, like the points thing, and just like redeem the thing. It's whatever. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. It's whatever. I do appreciate it though. It's whatever. Thank you. I do appreciate the. I didn't see it. No, you're fine, dude. Dude, don't worry about it. I'm vibing. We're all good here. Like, we are literally so chill. Don't worry your pretty little head about it, okay? I appreciate the lurk. The things we gotta do these days to make sure Twitch actually gives us the fucking numbers that we have. Yay, pets. Wait a minute. I feel like who is that? I feel like I know who that character is. Oh well. Anyways. Back to what I was saying. So after Process Group was lunch, then we had break, but lunch was basically also your break. And then after that was a mindful movement. After that was mindful movement. I don't really have to draw anything for here. Basically, you went into the North Lounge up here, and you basically hydrate. Okay, thank you. My throat is actually getting kind of sore. This is the first question I get, by the way. This is the second. Okay, sorry, Sibby. This is the second question I got today. During this stream, it's a two-parter, and I'm taking like 40 minutes to talk about one question because I keep getting distracted. Thank you for the hydrate. Genuinely appreciate it. I need to drink more water. I always need to drink water. Y'all should drink water. Drink water now. This is now a threat. Oh! 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 Okay, thank God. Drink water now. Oh, fuck. Oh god, I'm stuck with Hamster. Why does it do that? Oh, okay, we're good now. Okay, that is supposed to... Wait, hold on. Real quick, I gotta fix some stuff real quick. Hamster is well held, always. It should be that? Yeah, there we go. Now it's... I probably should have done that because people in my stream might have like epilepsy or something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I did anything. Anyways. Yeah, after lunch was mindful movement. One of the occupational therapists, they swap out every like few days or whatever. Would basically go through like exactly what it says, like a lot of stretches. Basically, it was kind of like low key yoga. We did like basic exercises. We did like a bunch of basic exercises just to like limber up and stuff, and just and then at the end of it, we always did a meditation. We did this really nice meditation. Which when I did it, I would be relaxed. So I would be so relaxed that in the chair, like I would literally be like my feet like would be like this or whatever. I was like, I was often like so relaxed that I just looked like this in my chair, which was great. Like, except for when I had to like actually move, but like when I like during the meditation, when it was a complete relaxation thing. I basically just slumped into myself. It was really silly. Then obviously after mindful movement, was a little break for like half an hour, and then you came back and you did DBT skills. DBT skills were directional behavior techniques, I believe. No, diegetic behavior techniques. Basically, it was a bunch of tricks you could do to, like, say, communicate better, or like communicate like what you needed from someone better without getting into a fight or whatever. And then like how to calm yourself, like ways to calm yourself down. One of them is called radical acceptance, and there are a couple exercises in it that are basically radical acceptance is hard, but it's literally like it basically is you have to go. It is what it is, and yeah, you just kind of have to suck it up, more or less. It's not actually that. It's a bit more nuanced. But it's basically like accepting that you can't change everything. Like, yeah, accepting that you can't change everything. And that's okay, essentially. Which, I liked it. It is a decently hard thing to do, unfortunately. What else? But I got taught a bunch of stuff. We got given like a handbook, and then we got given like worksheets that gave us a lot of like really good tips on being on just like trying to be better and all that jazz, which is awesome. We love to see it, you know. So yeah, that was that. So after my full movement, or after DBT skills, then it was break again. I want to say it was break for a bit. Then it was either like dinner right after the DBT skills, I want to say. No, it wasn't. No, I think it was like a break. And then like at 5:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we were allowed to have one adult visitor because they changed their rules in like after COVID, basically. So like on Tuesday I saw my dad. On Christmas, I saw my mom. And then like the following week, like Tuesday, I saw my dad again. And then on Thursday, New Year's Day is when I got out. So I was technically in the Psych-Ward for 2 holidays in a row. And Christmas was really rough because it was my first Christmas away from family. Like, completely away from family. Like, yes, I talked to my mom, but my mom came to visit for like an hour, which is, that's good. But yeah, no, that was rough. I was just completely away from family. Which, like, on one hand, like, yay, I don't have to deal with, like, family BS that all families have. Like, all families have, like, a little something that everyone's kind of like, families are families are families. But at the same time, it was my first one away from family, and not at all, of course, not at all, what I thought my fucking, my first Christmas would be. I thought my first Christmas away from family would be like, I don't know, like in my own apartment or something, But no, that's not what happened. I was in the Psych-Ward. So that was fun. But yeah, so that was a good time, I guess. I eventually did kind of get over it, and also, on the phone, I talked to basically my whole family. I talked to my dad, both my brothers, I talked to my dad. One of my brothers was there at the house, so he got given the phone. I talked to him for a bit. And then, after that, my other brother called me, and I talked to him, and literally everybody was like so happy. Were so happy for me. They were super proud of me for going out and getting the help I needed, which did make everything a little bit better. I will admit, it made going through a lot easier because I knew that like my family and friends that knew about what I was going through were, or if they like knew I was in the ward or whatever, they were all wonderful about like understanding I needed to do this. Like I needed to do this for myself. I got the help I needed, which is awesome. Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure, I think before the visitors will arrive, it was dinner time. And it was a long break. Yeah. And then it was a long break, and then it was like a pretty long break, and then we had evening check-in, and after evening check-in, they got out more snacks for everybody, which like they were like Crustables and all kinds of stuff, like fruit cups and ice, like little tubs of ice cream and boiled eggs. It was really good. It was nice. Yeah, and typically we watched a movie, and fun fact, I was the only one who ever. Like, I sat through more or less every movie that was shown, like, in the South Lounge. So, that was fun. I would often be, like, one of two people, and then after that, the other person left. I was basically the only one who stayed to watch movies, stay to watch a movie throughout the entire thing. No popcorn? Oh yeah, no, we had popcorn. No, they popped us popcorn. They were so nice. They did pop us like fresh popcorn in like their little office over here. I watched a bunch of movies. We watched a bunch of Christmas movies, obviously, like the classic Grinch and Charlie Brown, and we watched Elf. And after that, we watched butter popcorn. Yeah, actually, like yeah, it had butter and salt. Jim Carrey cringe better. Okay, sure, but like. They probably just didn't have it or whatever. It's okay. Their movie list was really funny because a couple of times, literally the nurse was like, "Hey Wally, since you're literally how about you come pick out a movie for one day?" Like literally one day, when it was around like the time when we go for movies or whatever, the nurse came up to me. It was like, "Hey Wally, do you want to come pick out the movie for us?" And I was like, "Wait, really? Why me?" It's because you're literally the only one who ever, like, stays up through the whole thing. Oh, the Illumination Grinch. Yeah, I don't like the Illumination Grinch. I haven't watched the Jim Carrey one. I will be completely honest, I have not watched it, but I do know it is pretty good, so, you know. I do know that it was pretty well received by the Grinch fans. So, you know. Yeah, we watched a bunch of movies. We watched Ever After, which is so we forced him to change his taste for the better. That's awesome. That's really cool to me. That's awesome. What is it? And then we watched Ever After, which is a Cinderella, which is like a retelling of Cinderella in live action. And the live action, I really liked it actually. I thought it was a good time, like a lot. I really enjoyed it. What else did we watch? We watched. I know one of the times we watched Ghostbuster, it was they introduced you to Moonin. They unfortunately did not have Moonin or like Snufkin and Moonin. Wait, do you mean Moomin or Moonin? I'm thinking of Moomin. Hold on. I'm thinking of Moomin. This little guy. Like Moomin and Snufkin. That my bet? Okay, cool. But yeah. What else? Also, to answer the other part, like we watched like Ghostbusters, and like the classic Ghostbusters. We watched. I picked out stars Attack of the Clones at one point. I really wanted to actually watch Spider-Man, but like then we saw Forrest Gump, and the lady, the nurse was with me, and I was like, oh, Forrest Gump. What'd you call it? Like, oh yeah, like Forrest Gump, that's a good movie. Like, that's a really good movie. Like, someone else would, yeah, fucking good riddance, Planker. Anyways, what else? What is it? I'm trying to think. Oh, we have Forrest Gump, because one of the patients would have, basically, like, the nurse thought, like, oh, one of our patients would really love this. So I was like, oh, that's good. I have never watched Forrest Gump. In the neighborhood, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Oh, very silly indeed. Okay. Basic, yeah. Yeah, we watched that. We watched Forrest Gump, which is a really good movie, and definitely did get me emotional. I cried when I was getting, also right here on the right of the office is your you had a little chair, and this is where you got your meds from. Every morning and at night or whatever, like basically throughout the day, the med would you could just be like, hey, can I get my meds or whatever, and then you go right there. You just you squat, you pop a squat at the fucking thing. If I pop a squat, I mean, do just sit in a chair. I'm being stupid right now. Or rather, I'm being obtuse for a reason. So you basically sat there for that. Oh yeah. Wait, that's how we got our meds and stuff. And sometimes they would bring your meds to you if they just wanted to help. Occasionally, but most of the time we had to get our own thing. Also, I love Suck so much. Anyways, yeah, that was basically not to be specific, that was basically my schedule. Oh yeah, and then obviously after movie was done or whatever, it was the phones got cut off, the phones get cut off around 10, or at 10 rather. You also can take showers at that time. So it's basically from breakfast till before 10, you could, or not during group. You couldn't have you couldn't go on the phone during group because it was basically be or I don't think you could take a shower either. I'm not sure, but you couldn't use the phone on group because you were supposed to obviously go to group. That's kind of the whole point of this thing. I went to basically every group. I was late to a couple of them. Because I went in my room and I kind of just passed out for a little bit. Which is to be expected. Stop. Games will never stop. Okay, anyway, sorry. But yeah, it was fine. It was good enough. I had some good self-reflections. Franzo, if you're still here, the TLDR of my experience was, at first, it was kind of scary and kind of, shitty. You wonder if there's a whiteboard we can doodle on together? Either Drawpile or Magma are both online, what you call it? Those are both online, online, what is it? They're both, I do it on an iPad? Hell yeah. You could probably still draw on Drawpile and Magma. They're with an iPad. Both of them are you can basically give someone a link or whatever, and everyone can join. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, but stop. Yeah, well, now stop. But yeah, Fanzo, if you're still here, I just want to say, like, the TLDR of the first part of your question was, it was scary for my first experience at first, and then second day it isn't that. Yeah, basically, yeah. As the days went on and I got my meds adjusted, I like genuinely had like no symptoms, more or less. I had like no symptoms, so I was like actually really happy. I socialized a lot more, like I said, like near the beginning of stream. I was a fucking busy nookie. My goodness, like, it was really silly. Yeah, so like by the end of it, I was really good. Coming out of the hospital has been a little rougher than going in, if only because like I was in there for 10 days. I was kind of used to schedule, like, because it was a really like routine schedule. And now I don't have that anymore. Granted, I am trying to like go to bed at certain times, or not tonight, of course, because stream. I will go to bed at a decent time, I promise. Probably like 1 or 2 a.m., depending on how long the stream goes for. Probably 2. 2 at the latest, I am going to say. Yeah. But yeah, coming back, that's not really part of your question. But yeah, but like coming out of the hospital was way more stressful. Not way more stressful, but like I was basically disassociating the whole of New Year's Day. After I left the hospital, I was basically just dissociating the entire time. Like I was literally just like disassociating the entire time. I was so out of it. I was in and out of it a lot. Just like trying to reprocess, like, oh right, new environment. I'm talking to my parents again. They're all here. Not all here, but like, I'm home now. Or like we're in a restaurant, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm eating good food. That's another thing. Oh my god, my parents told me they went to a sushi place, and it made me really jealous. So it's like, at one point when my mom asked me like, hey, what do you want to do when you get out? The first thing I said was like, you're taking me to that sushi place I went to, because I love that sushi. So it's something I had to look forward to. It was really tasty. Oh my god, it was so good. Like today we had like actual biscuits and I had scrambled eggs and actual biscuits and gravy for breakfast. It was delicious. It was so good. It didn't taste like shit. It was so flavorful and good. I'm so used to I'm used to the hospital stuff. It is so bland, and the texture's awful, and there's no fucking meat. Biscuits and gravy has meat in it. It should have meat in it. Damn it. But they don't do that at the hospital. At least the one I was in. So. But I'm better now. I'm eating the good stuff. I'm eating good foods. Also, I wasn't completely without like food I liked. My parents were able to. They were allowed to bring snacks. The only caveat for snacks were that they cannot be homemade. They had to come in prepackaged. So basically, like I could get M&Ms, but if my mom made homemade cookies or whatever, I wasn't allowed to have it. Better than have a biscuit with no gravy? Yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, my mom made really good biscuits while I was out. I had one, and obviously I had one today. Oh, they were delicious, dude. They were so good. Anyways. Yeah. And then to answer the other part of your question, Fanzo, with the nurses, I love the staff. I love the staff that worked there. All the nurses were really helpful. For the most part, they were all really helpful. They did a fantastic job of like taking care of us, making sure we were okay, like occasionally socializing with us, be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we just, banter back and forth. And if you were like one of the times I was crying up here. I was crying up in the little nook in the North Lounge. Like I had taken a chair to like face like it was a big window like to the outside world. And I was just crying because I miss I miss my family, like genuinely. And this nice nurse came over to check on me, and like I was just talking to her, but like I miss my family a lot. This is like I just had a moment, and I don't know, I talked about it with her, and she helped me out. And that's the other thing about being in the Psych-Ward, and especially process group. Process group helped me so much to be able to actually feel what I'm feeling. Because how I often describe it is, for a while now, I think in my head that a lot of people, their emotions, like, imagine, okay, so like, I can draw my metaphor, yippee. So, I'm gonna divide it in two. So, I'm just gonna be regular people. Me. So, everybody, not everybody, but I assume, like, I think of, like, emotions as, like, it's like liquid going through, like, a pipe. And everybody else has, like joy, sad, where inky. And the idea about, like, obviously, not, like, you can feel really, really sad, for example, but you can also just feel, like, only a little sad, you know? For me, this is what my, emotional, thing looks like. Everyone gets, I feel like a lot of people can, like, they feel like a little about emotion, but otherwise they don't feel like, they're not feeling anything, but you know what I mean. Or they can feel a lot of anger, or they can only be, like, a little pissed off, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, me, this is me. Yeah, in case it ain't obvious, I am someone who it flicks on and off, and my emotions, a lot of the time, are really intense. So like, if I'm happy, I'm really happy most of the time, or if I'm, sad, I'm really sad. It's just a part of, like, the emotional dysregulation stuff with ADHD, and I think bipolar as well. I'm not sure. And I think it's mostly ADHD has the emotional thing. I mean, bipolar obviously has, like, you go up and down. Like, everyone else has, not everyone else, but like most people have valves where they can adjust. They can more or less, like, adjust for the most part how much of an emotion they're feeling. Whereas I have an on-off switch of, like, I am either feeling completely angry or I'm not angry at all. Or I'm feeling really sad, like I said. And then afterwards, so like after like working in process group and working on myself. So after just working on myself, we went up here. So I used to have an on-off switch. Now I think I still have, like, some kind of equivalent to a light switch, but instead of a... That looks like a face, but whatever. So instead of a on-off switch, I have a a dimmer, or I have like a light dimmer, you know, where you can like go up and down, like, or like up and down. That's how it is now, and it's so nice. I can actually tell that, like, for example, right now I'm like feeling, I guess I'm feeling a little tired, but also I'm happy because I'm happy to be streaming. Like, yeah, I can actually kind of tell. I can actually tell what I'm feeling. It used to be, unless I was actively feeling the emotion, it used to be, I tried to be like, okay, what are we feeling right now? And I just got nothing. Like, literally nothing. So that was, which sucked, but now I'm a lot better now, and I can actually tell. I'm like, oh, I'm getting mad, or whatever. And then when I'm having those intense emotions or whatever, I have more methods to just calm myself back down, and I've been doing that since I got out. Like, for example, for example today, after we did, oh my, yay, Moonsetter, I love Moonsetter. Anyways, so after we did, a bunch of not stream stuff, sorry, I'm streaming. My brother doesn't stream. But like, we had to clear out my closet and go through a bunch of stuff. So after we did that, it was like after we had breakfast and then we did that, and this was today. And then after that, we went to Valley Village and like donated most of my stuff, like all the stuff I got. And we basically went around and got like decor items for my room to just be like, yeah, I'm new space. Like, I'm so excited because my desk will no longer be directly next to my bed anymore. And I'll actually have space to do VR stuff once I figure out how to remount everything. Because in the current setup, I can't really mount anything right now. In a way that makes sense for like the base stations or whatever. Donate what? Clothes. A lot of books, because I used to have a bookshelf that I basically put a lot of stuff on. That bookshelf was now serving as like an actual shelf on top of like my old nightstand, and I had a lot of books just from childhood or whatever that I got. And so we sorted through all the books on my bookshelf. I kept like all the science books, I kept all the art books we found, and I kept like a few fantasy series, a few like fictions that I really liked. So for instance, like Narnia. I had like one Narnia book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is a good read. And then I had the Wheel of Time series, which is really fun, but all the books are kind of dense. Just as a forewarning, they are just kind of dense. Then after that was, I think don't like most of the things, but I misheard. Yeah, no. Wheel of Time's really good, and then Guardians of Ga'Hoole! My goat! Guardians of Ga'Hoole is, so, you know how, like, a lot of people, like, at least in the, like, early 2000s and stuff, like, from that era, yeah! So, a lot of people were like Warrior Cats, like, that was their hyperfix, like, in terms of, like, the animal book. Nah, I was all about Guardians of Ga'Hoole. That shit was crazy. If y'all don't know what happens, like, the kind of things that happen in Guardians of Ga'Hoole, it's insane, dude. Okay, so the first book is literally about basically owlets being kidnapped by an evil owl organization, and then it's like about being kidnapped by an evil owl organization, staring at the moon. Like, basically, they become moon-blinked. Moon-blinked is basically like they become brainwashed. There's brainwashing in literally the first book of the Guardians of Ga'Hoole series. They're straight up brainwashing, and like they forget who they are. Their names are just words, like the names are just sounds to them, and they forget who they are. It's fucked. And there's magic. There's like for forging, like there's a thing for like forging or whatever. Like they get these special coals. So literally a job at the tree. Like at the tree, there's like various jobs or whatever that owls can have. There's like peckers, which like sort through the. There is a lot of like they basically sort through their own poop because owls are one of the only bird species that have solid waste essentially. Because I believe they have 2 gizzards. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But basically it was implied that like there is stuff. Like, you know, you go like basically owls would go digging through it, or like these other owls, and then you have like teachers and scholars, and then you had like owl pellets for owl pellets for a reason. Yeah, exactly. Owl hairball, yes. But yeah, it was really. The one thing I remember is one of the owl jobs was basically to get coals, but very specific coals. Specifically, what they had to do was an owl had to go and look around for a forest fire, and then fucking dive bomb into the forest fire to go look for like these specific like bits of charcoal, essentially that like burn really good for someone else to make weapons for the owls. And also, the weapons for the owls goes crazy, dude. Weapons. Like they had not Legend of the Guardians, dude. But yeah, like, sorry for the side tangent, but let's be real, y'all are here because I go on side tangents, and they only got 1 movie. I'm a little pissed off about that, but that's for another stream. So be really quick. 15 hour. So Guardians of the Galaxy, basically all their blades were like on their talons, and it was so cool. It's basically like an extension of the talon, more or less. It's so fucking cool. I love it. It's so awesome. They had armor and weaponry, which it goes crazy, dude. It goes so crazy. Like, there's so many variations. Like, say what you will about the movie for Guardians of the Galaxy, but like, oh my god. The movie was really great. I think the movie is really good. Other people may not think so, but I thought it was pretty true to the like the first and second book. Because actually that movie was basically a combination of the first 2 books in the series. Anyways, I don't want to sign in. No, fuck. I don't want to sign in. Anyway. Not dual sliders. Fuck, I did the wrong one. There we go. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy rant is over, but only read Super Mario Bros. Adventure comic. That's real. Doesn't read books much. I used to read a lot of books. Like, I would genuinely sometimes go through like a couple books in like a week. I used to read books a lot. I do enjoy reading. I genuinely do like reading quite a bit. But unfortunately, the ADHD does make it a little hard sometimes. But like, if a book really grabbed me, like the Dream book I read like halfway through, then yeah. Oh, hey Rahi! Oh, wait! Hey Rahi! Oh, is this... Oh no! Hi, are you okay? Oh my god! The worst case scenario happened, everyone! I joked about it at the start of stream, the worst case scenario happened! My stream announcement was how people found out I was in the Psych-Ward! That's... Oh my god, I'm sorry, Rahi, that's really like... I understand that you're concerned for me, which is understandable. Oh my god. This was like literally like my whatchamacallit. Not worst case scenario, but it was just like, oh my god. This is definitely gonna be some like that's what obviously sound okay. Yeah. So the week of Christmas, from that Monday till New Year's Day, I was in the psych ward. I was in the psych ward for 10 days. I was in the psych ward for 10 days, basically. And yeah, I spent, like, if you got any questions, I have answered basically 2 questions, although one of them was not about the psych ward, it's just about how I feel about the weather, and recently it's been raining a lot, so I'm a little pissed, but whatever. But yeah, if y'all, again, like, if y'all have questions about my experience or whatever, or, like mental health shit, I'd be willing to answer them. Yeah, this was just, like, an emotional, this is a metaphor I used a lot for, like, describing how I feel stuff. This was describing a thing called Process Group, which is one of the place, also the psych ward I went to, they practice, basically group therapy, of everyone goes to different groups, throughout the day, to basically socialize and get better together. Not the best kind of Christmas holiday. How did you end up there? So, we're gonna pin that. Oh, this is a story. Okay. So. Okay, I have time to explain this. So, at my job. As I'm sure a lot of you know, my current job right now is being a garbage man, basically. I clean up apartments, take their garbage, and put them in, like, the dumpster or the trash compactor on site. And when I'm done with that, I go to the next place. Simple job. I'm a helper, so I generally help, like, the other trucks, like, offload their trash, or I stage up, put it in their truck, etc. So, be me. I go do a thing. I go to one property. It's a really bad property. This is also on a Sunday, mind you. Sundays are often really bad because there's anywhere from 4 to 3 days, or basically 4 to 3 days of, like, no one picking up their trash, depending on if there's a holiday before a weekend, which sucks. Because in that time, trash gets accrued a lot. Like, a lot of trash gets accrued. So everywhere gets really slammed in terms of, like, oh, we have a lot of stuff to pick up, right? Makes sense, right? So I go to the first place, and it's not that... The apartment complex is huge. It's a big sprawling complex. With, like, I think 55 total 55 total, like, places where people can live, essentially, right? Which is huge. I had to clean all of it. Obviously, I had my coworker. Actually, at the big place, I had 3 coworkers, and then my other friend that we normally do stuff, like, not friend, but I think he's a friend of mine now, or like a little acquaintance. My coworker and I, then had to go to a nearby property. It was really small, so we cleaned it up. We'd never been there, but it was fine. 55, goddamn, yeah, no, I walked most of it. This job is really good for cardio, because it's a lot of walking upstairs and just walking around if you don't have a car, or if you don't drive your car everywhere. So that was fine. And then we get to the third property. This is a property, at this point, I am very familiar with, and the week before, or like a couple weeks before the incident, I was able to stage the entire property by myself. The staging being, I took all the trash and put it out for a truck to go grab it all, right? I could get it done in like 2 hours, I think, was like my thing. Like by myself. Not the huge property I was just talking about, but like this other property. Really used to it. So I get to the property, my coworker left before me, from the other one. So I was like, okay, that's whatever. I got there. Coworker's not at the property. I was like, okay, that's weird. He left before me. He should obviously be here now. Okay, that's concerning, but you know what? I'll wait like 10 minutes. I'll wait like 10 minutes in my car because we're allowed to have like 10-minute breaks occasionally. Like, you know, occasional 10-minute breaks on shift to be like, okay. I waited 10 minutes. No sign of my coworker. So then I was like, well, I guess I'm here. I'll just start walking the closest garbage to the compactor, and I'll just start staging. I'll just start doing my job. I got about halfway. I go, sadly, thanks for the stream, Wally. Of course, Franzo. I appreciate you being here, really. So... yeah, so, what's it called? Yeah, I got through, basically, as I was doing my stuff, I got a text from my boss. My coworker's transmission in his truck failed. Like, it literally just broke on the highway. On his way to my place. On his way to the place where I was. What you call it? So we were going to the place, and he basically, yeah, his transmission failed, so he basically had to stop working for the night. He had to get his family to come and take him back home, essentially, which sucks. So I was like, okay, okay, and then after that, I did like half the property. Guy comes in. I think he's like an area lead, which there's multiple areas throughout. What you call it? There's a thing. Yeah, the area guy comes down and is like, hey, are you just here by yourself? Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna send someone down to come help you. I went, okay. Really appreciate it. Thanks for doing that. I kept doing my job. The worst possible scenario happens. A coworker I fucking despise shows up. Now this guy, I'm sure is an alright guy outside of work. During work, though, he is a huge piece of shit, and I so very badly want bad stuff to happen to him, unfortunately. He's a dick. He's very curt. Does not take a joke well. He is always wound up. Like he's not uptight, but he's very just like kind of a jerk. It was fine for a while. And then I did like half the property. And then I came back to the compactor, like, hey, I'm gonna meet you at the compactor, I'll show you where the compactor is. Compactor's right there. Remember how earlier I said that my job was to help unload trucks and put them like in the where the garbage goes? This fucking guy. This fucking guy. This is appropriate. This is actually appropriate music. I'm gonna be for real. Yeah. This is appropriate music. This guy goes, hey, don't touch my fucking truck. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, why? Like, don't do the fucking truck. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to help. I explained, like, I'm trying to help you, like, get the trash off your truck and into the compactor. No, I could do it myself. Like, this guy's super independent. He just wants to do his own job by himself, but he's such a dick about it. So I go, like, he's like, yeah, just go stage. He just angrily told me to go stage. This guy is not my boss. He has literally he doesn't have power over me. Like, he's not like my supervisor or something. He's just the guy who showed up to help. He's this guy with a truck, okay? I don't know why he cares so much about the truck, because he uses it for fucking garbage. Why do you care about how good your truck is if you use it to collect garbage, but whatever. We're not going to get into that. And so after that experience, I started staging. And unfortunately, I'm the kind of person... Sorry, I can feel myself getting wound up, like actually getting wound up remembering this. So, I am the type of person who, when emotional stuff happens, I tend to latch onto it, and I keep going scenarios in my head, and like just angry thoughts. I couldn't let go. Essentially, I kept being angry and angrier, angrier. I kept being like, I hate this feeling. I hate this guy. Fuck him. I want to hurt. I was like, I want to hurt him. And then, like as I was doing this other half of the property or whatever, I got like, okay, like he asked me where like the garbage was. I was like, it's right over there. Fucking go, go get it, whatever. So continue to do my thing. I basically get done with the whole thing. What you call it? But yeah, I get literally, I basically got the whole property done, and whatever. And as I was bringing up some of the last bags to get staged, he obviously came over because he was like, riding behind me to like get trash or whatever, whatever. And a couple bags came undone when I dropped the bags on the ground. They were tied when I got to them. And he told me, hey, like, he had made a couple, like, snide comments before, so, like, I was definitely not talking to him. And then he told me, hey, if I see any more untied bags, I'm gonna make you walk them to the compactor. I was so pissed. I just stayed silent. I literally just... I hate when they said someone to help and they end up making it harder. Yeah, like, he did the job, but socially speaking, I fucking hated him. Anyways, he told me that. I just got way more pissed. I waited for him to leave. I got in my car because I've been driving my car around to chat, grab your bats, please. Oh my god. Anyways, so I was so pissed off. My window is broken in my not broken. It was out of alignment or whatever in my car, so I can't roll it down or whatever. It was slightly cracked down. I screamed. I let out a big yell. I'm just like, like shit, or I just cursed pretty loudly, and then I basically clocked out. I clocked out right then and there. He was still compacting. I'm pretty sure he didn't notice me leave. I sure hope. Like, whatever. I just left. I just left. I literally did all the staging for the whole thing. I staged the whole thing. So there's not gonna be anything about like, oh, I found more trash there. No, you fucking no. I found more trash there. You should have been more careful. Whatever. Whatever, dude. I got all the trash when I saw it or whatever. If someone put out a bag after I got it, oh well. I'm sorry I didn't fucking see it. Anyways. Or I didn't even drive fully home yet. I parked in the local, like, there's like a place in front of like a Safeway or whatever. I parked there, just trying to calm myself down. The anger just wouldn't leave. I tried to calm myself down, so I was like, okay, fuck, just whatever. Get home. I put on I put on Hold Them Down, which is a villain song from Epic the Musical. I shout screamed it. I shout scream. What am I, a fucking Skaven? Sorry. I shout sang it all the way home or whatever. I was just like really angry. Got home. Still pissed. I just wouldn't stop being angry. And so I tried to do everything. I tried to do all the self-help shit, like, to calm myself down, I did all these self-help things not you're supposed to do, but like, you know, to calm myself down. I was trying to do breathing exercises. I drew this vent art of Arcana, because just Angie, I love the expression I did for him actually, like real quick, if I just like hide the text. Like, I really like the expression on this. Peak vent art, anyway. I made that. I listened to a Homestuck playlist, like a Homestuck AMV playlist, which is a bunch of songs and stuff that I haven't listened to since high school, I think. I was trying to do everything in my power. What was the text? It's question rules. It might be hard to see. But if I zoom out a little bit, you can see it better. This is question rules for, if people want to ask about, I have to snooze the ads because I gotta keep talking about this. I gotta talk about this for a little bit longer. So yeah, I was still really pissed. I tried to do everything. I thought it was the picture. Oh, I thought it was the picture text, silly. Huh? Oh, like on this? Like on like this stuff? This was like the rules for the process group for the vent art. Oh. The character was saying something. No, he's not saying it. He's just yelling. He's just like screaming in agony, not agony, but just like in anger, in rage. I felt rage, and yeah, you figured it out. No, you're all good. No, you're perfectly fine. And I literally tried to do everything to calm myself down. I had gone home at like 1:30 in the morning. 2 hours later, I'm being serious here. 2 hours later, I was still angry. I was still just absolutely pissed off. It was so bad. I was so intensely angry. The thoughts I was having, I even wrote out in like the vent chat of my friend group. I wrote to calm down as well. That's so rough. Yeah, no, I tried everything. I wrote out a huge thing and I spoiled it in the vent chat of like exactly what I want to do to this guy. Like, not exactly, but just like all the bad things I wanted to do to this guy. I wanted to hurt him. I wanted to like low-key kill him. I wanted to like wish ill upon him. All the awful stuff I was thinking. And I cannot articulate, like, honestly, how Arcana is here. If I get rid of the text real quick, how Arcana looks here, pretty fucking accurate to what I was feeling. Except, take like this crazy expression of him like being chained butt and like expressing this deep rage, and multiply it by 3. That's what I felt. That's what I was feeling for like 2 fucking hours after work. And at a couple of times, I was like, I need to go. I literally was just like, so, like I said near the beginning of stream or whatever, or like during my first question, I was scared. I have been scared of the Psych-Ward for a long time. Because mental health, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna end up there eventually. My members of my family have been in there, and like they had decent experiences, but like it's still scary. And hospitals also are kind of an uncomfy place for me. Yeah, so this fucking guy. Sorry. I'm off the time. So I was writing in like vent chat. I was like trying to update my friends basically, and I was like, fuck. I think I'm gonna admit myself to the Psych-Ward. I was considering it. I was so scared of the Psych-Ward for a long time because of various reasons. The way I felt, like I'm being really serious, genuinely. The way I felt was so scary. Yeah. I had an alright time in the Psych-Ward, genuinely. It wasn't too bad. I spent 10 days there, and I came out feeling pretty good, actually. But the way I felt, the intensity of the sheer rage in my heart. When I feel emotions, I just want to, like, paint a picture for you. I always feel like there's energy coursing through me a lot of the time. And when I was so angry, I was sitting in my room just so angry. The intensity, I was forced. Yeah, no, there's different conditions depending, on if it's voluntary or involuntary. It was so... The way I felt was so scary. It was so intense. I felt like my body was on fire. Like, no, that's how I would describe it. Like, I just felt so wound up. I was full of energy and I couldn't expel it at all. And I was just angry. I was so fucking angry. The thoughts I was having about my coworker were scary. They scared me a lot. Because, like, yeah, sure, they're thoughts, but, like, what the fuck, brain? We're a nice person. We're supposed to be nice. And we're thinking really violent thoughts against another person. I don't want to hurt people, genuinely. And I didn't. I stayed calm. I stayed calm enough to leave work and whatever. But the fear I had for my anger was stronger than my fear of asking for help. So at 3 in the morning, I left my bedroom. I went to my parents, knocked on the door, woke them up at like 3 in the morning, said, "Hey guys, I need help." And I basically woke them up. They came downstairs, and I talked to them about what happened, and I told them plain as day, I need to go to the psych ward. I need help. I genuinely need help. And they were obviously willing to help. They got my mom kind of prepared me for it a little bit, and they took me to the ER. And then I already described how I admitted myself into the psych ward. And yeah, that's how I ended up there. You ever make a coworker so angry they went to they had to admit themselves into a psych ward? Yeah. Thankfully, when I did get to the psych ward, I was there for 10 days, and I took in as much as I could. I took in as much information, anything they taught me or whatever. I knew that I could get work done on myself by being in the psych ward. So for me, I went to literally all the groups. The only time I didn't go to a group was because I caught a virus, I assume from food. It wasn't like coronavirus or anything like that. It wasn't anything respiratory, so I couldn't like spread it to other people. But I only missed one group, basically. I went to all the groups. I got my meds right. I talked to a lot of people. I talked to the chaplain that was there, occasionally, and he was really insightful. He didn't like bash me over the head with like like religion. It was about like forgiving yourself, and like he was very understanding. He was very sweet, and it was so helpful for me. And I got the help I needed, and I got out. I basically scared myself so bad. My parents for a long time have told me to tell them when I'm feeling sad, like tell them when I'm going through stuff. But I'm someone who doesn't ask for help. I genuinely gets me to understand the hurt they're causing. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna tell him because I don't want to lose my job or whatever, but I texted my boss before I left, hey, I'm not gonna be available for the first week, like this first week, I'm sorry. And then after that, I stayed longer. I didn't know I was gonna be staying for 10 days. So basically, when I got out, my Discord was full of messages from people and stuff. Some people were asking about where I was. Others were just like, "Yeah, sounds like you did really well to get through it. You handled that so incredibly well. Thank you a lot." That's what a lot of people have been saying. Like, I obviously didn't do anything, but like, I didn't act on any of my emotions. I just tried my best to get it out of me. To get the hate out of my heart as best I could. And I couldn't do it by myself. I finally asked for help. I have trouble asking for help a lot of the time. Just because I don't want to be a bother to people. All that... There's, all of the self-conscious reasons. So yeah, I finally asked for help. And now... I have way better coping skills, and I'm on the good shit. They got me on really good shit now. For like my ADHD, my bipolar shit, like, and I know with the base support. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yay! I assume so. And everyone I've told about has been proud of me for going through this and stuff, which just made it so much easier. I'm gonna go to church tomorrow, and I am looking forward to it because a lot of people have missed me. That's really cool that you got meaningful support from it as well. Exactly. I'm glad I got something out of it, genuinely. I also did a lot of drawing in the Psych-Ward. I basically just doodled on everything I could. Also, ad break, sorry. Yep. There should be an ad break coming up because I snoozed it a couple of times to talk about why I went in. Whew, that was tough. Oh, that was a... it should. It told me ad break. I don't... Oh, there it is! Okay, there we go. There it is. Wait, you can still see stream? Oh, okay. Okay, while we wait. If people can see stream or whatever. Hold on. I can't. We're gonna do the silly. Oh, fuck. Not that. In... Or what? Why is it showing that? Okay, there we go. All of her ads, I'm just gonna put on a... Actually, no, I'm gonna put on Wombu. I'm gonna put on Wombu out of context.
Like, my brain is just off. See, I just feel empty inside. Leap right back into the ground like a funny little land dolphin. Base form, more like base form. This is Bipfarful Goik.
What can I say about Thwomp Ruins?
I am stupid. Fragmentalize your whole family at once.
Well, how about next time you get a board that can handle the neutron stuff?
Is this the Krusty Krab? Oh, this is Patrick.
I love exploding things.
Hot buttered popcorn, that's a thief.
And if you keep yanking my balls.
Kirby's here to like repair your car.
And mine is just brain shaped, you know. A square.
So my favorite thing about this...
What's happening in this video? It's an out of context video for Wombu.
I need fire!
Maybe a piece.
Okay, so... Ball. Okay. So Wombu is a content creator I really love. I really think his style of comedy and editing is what I would do if I did like countdown lists and stuff. I love his stuff genuinely. He's a very silly guy. I explained him earlier. More people need to watch his shit. Genuinely, it is so good. I promise. It's real. Like it's funny. I find it funny. I love his stuff. I did fan art for him at one point. Actually, like I wanted to like remake his like his Chandelure. I wanted to like anthropify Mondu? No, Wombu. Wombu. But yeah. Woo! Yeah, breaks over. But yeah, no, I really. Whew. Yeah, while I was talking about that, I could feel myself. What about Fondue? I mean, Fondue's pretty good, actually. But yeah, while I was talking about that, oh my god, I could feel myself, like, starting to get angry again, recalling it. But we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. I just... Okay, I'm feeling much better now. But yeah, oh my god, yeah, I could feel myself getting, like, angry recalling that. But I'm better. We're all good. And, also, I mentioned this before. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was actually to relive that. No, don't, no, please, please. It's so okay. It really is okay. I wasn't reliving it. Like, it's not that bad. I promise. It really is not that bad. I promise. You asked a perfectly fine question. You asked a perfectly fine question. I'm not offended or anything. I just quickly had to like just calm myself down even more. Just it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not having like a panic attack or anything. I'm just saying I noticed myself getting angry while I was talking and I was, keeping calm. I'm fine. I'm genuinely I'm fine. Don't worry about it. But don't worry about it, Rahi. Again, you asked a perfectly decent question. It was a really good question. It's about talking about the stuff in Wambu's great. Yay! Indra knows what Wambu is. I'm glad you're okay. Thank you. I'm glad. I am okay. I promise. Genuinely. I've said genuinely like 5 times, so I hope you get it. But yeah, so yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. What a way. Oh my god. That was the sound of the thought, yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, that's really got me. No, it's just kind of, it's one of those things that's so absurd, it kind of like shakes you out of the mental. Also, Rockstar Skull is just fun. Yeah, I love Rockstars. The Bard Skull or whatever from Skull the Hero Slayer. It was really good. Yeah, no. We're all good. Oh my god, that fart was funniest fart ever because oh my goodness. That just shook me out completely. But yeah. But the people you meet in the Psych-Ward, at least in the voluntary Psych-Ward, there was an involuntary one that I think had some, let's just say, worse off people in it. Just saying that. Why am I being cut on screen? Oh no, it's you're being used as a pizza cutter.
The cutter. Oh, now we're getting some sauce in here. Now on to the coding. Put
It's
that
just
away.
silly.
I never have any idea what's going on. I like hitting people with things I shouldn't be hitting them with. Oh wow, an ability where Kirby is too tired to edit videos. I feel that. I'm throwing snowballs at you.
An orca is a type of whale and not a type of boat.
I've been alive for 3 seconds. You unbelievable dingies.
Anyway, sorry. I sleep all the time. Yeah, you do. You're the fucking eeper, dude. You and a couple other of my friends are the fucking eepers, man. Y'all be eeping all the time. I say that as is 1 in the morning for me right now as I'm doing this. Gimme! Not my fault. We get so comfy. That's fair. NCBs 1, 2. I am the eeper when I do fall asleep. But thankfully, I got actually good medication to help with that. So, yippee! They gave me the good shit. To, like, first of all, like, dude, oh my god, actually, like, the anxiety medicine they gave me to, like, if I'm having, like, an anxiety attack or whatever, or I'm getting really anxious, dude, that shit kicked in like 2 minutes. It was crazy. I went from like spiraling. I was like, I was like, and then I took my meds. 2 minutes later, perfectly calm. I was just like perfectly calm, and it felt great. I was like, okay, no, I'm doing good now. Like, I'm still thinking about it a little bit, but like, you know what? We're good, which is nice. Yeah, like I was saying before, you meet at least in the place I went. I personally met some really great people in there. Like, yeah, sure, everyone was having their problems in there, but everyone's human, and we were all there for the same reason. We're all there to heal and get better. Ah, fuck. What? No! What? Fucking auto mod, hold on. No, not shield mode, fuck, no. Okay, God. Glad I could get you laughed out. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm really sorry for the fucking strike, Rahi. I could have sworn, whatchamacallit? Arbitrary automod, you're fine. Hold on, I need a... What? No link. Okay, wait, hold on. I can Okay, because most of the time, at least for me, setting, please. I need to change that. Advanced settings, please. On my channel. Oh man. I guess I got a previous check for doing the same thing. Yeah, you did, because you shared you tried to share a Twitch clip and it didn't work. Wait, we have slow mode enabled? What the this sucks. Why the fuck is slow mode enabled, man? Anyways, as I was saying, where the how do I turn that off? How do you turn that off? I haven't streamed in fucking forever. Sorry for the derail. No, you're fine. You're so fine. I promise. You're so fine. Uh. Um. Beep. Beep. Bow. This like. Okay. People, I love that people love the look emote. I'm glad everyone likes the look emote. I want to make another one because there's another Discord emote I use a lot from my friend group that's called Hi, and it's a similar one, but it's at a slightly different angle of looking upwards, and I want to make that an emote as well because I think it'd be funny. Fuck you, turn off slow mo, dude. Okay, wait. Slow mode is okay. All right. It's like literally for 3 seconds, and then it should turn off, right? Oh wait, and then wait a minute. All right, we should be good now. I figured it out. I got gifted an Eddie version of that angel meme also. What? Slow mode is fine. Yeah, but my chat doesn't really get that active, generally speaking. Slow mode is gone. Yay! Yeah, meme of the tiny character with giant shiny eyes and a halo. Wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. That's angle. Hold on. Is it this one? Is it this one? Because that's not quite. Yeah, that one. Okay, that's great. Oh man, there's. Okay, array for the troll faces. The one I was talking about is like kind of like this. It's kind of like this one right here. But not quite. It's like low. It's like really low quality. I don't know. If I keep looking, maybe it'll come up eventually. These are all silly, man. Fucking love them. But yeah. Yippee! I love all the silly, scruggly little drawings. Yes, I love. But yeah. Oh, this silly little scruggly little drawings. Yeah. But yeah, no, you meet a bunch of good. I at least. Oh no, sorry. I statement. I met a lot of really cool people. We're glad that you're going to go down. Take care. Thank you, Rahi. Yeah, thank you, Rahi, for sticking around and stuff. I appreciate it. Um, if anybody else has, does anyone else have like questions for me about what went on? Hmm, I'm good right now. That's fair. I'm just I mean, this is technically like a Q&A thing for... I guess it doesn't have to be about Psych-Ward stuff. I guess I can do other stuff. Sorry, I'm getting a shot. I'm responding to messages. But yeah, no, and at least in my at least in my time in Psych-Ward, I met a lot of good people. I met quite a few queer people, which is pretty fucking lit. Uh, uh, but yeah, they met a lot of good people, and so many of them were just like, I made some really good I feel like I made good friends in in the Psych-Ward. It was I met a lot of good people. They're all good. Like they're all good people. They're all just trying to get better. Whether it was like from like they were trying to get off drugs, trying to be clean, because they were trying to self-medicate or whatever. Uh yeah. What is it? Oh my god. The Psych-Ward thing was that good, but I know not all are like that. I'm glad you got the help. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm aware that not all Psych-Wards are like the best places to be. The place I went to was probably the best place I could have gone to. The other stuff, I know it can get bad. Some places are bad, some places are good, some places are much worse, but you know, it depends where you live and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I met a lot of good people who are just, just trying to get by, man. They want to just feel better. Like a couple of people were like literally like homeless and stuff. Not to like, I know I mentioned like I'm not supposed to talk about other people, but like I'm generalizing here. And yeah, but I exchanged like contact details with a few people, so hopefully I'll have some IRL friends. Oh, I'll have more IRL friends, I should say. I'll have more IRL friends that actually live in my state that I can actually, go hang out with. Did stream drop? Okay, stream didn't drop. Anyways, yeah. If no one else has any questions. Yeah. So, yeah. I think that's gonna be all for. Unless anybody has any last minute questions, that is gonna do it for me today. I'm gonna play a Wombu video while we wait, or while I get raid set up. I will get the video going, and I will.
Game over. You're f***ing dead. That's right. Ed and Wombu, connoisseurs of the classics.
When life gives you lemons, you can't make lemonade because you need other ingredients.
Guitars? I don't care what you say, Mom. In comedy, we call this subversion of expectation. Become. The blunderbuss fires a big chunky boy.
You like hammers?
Oh, you know what?
I will die rousing every single rabble. This looks like a good spot. I could throw my fucking house. But you seem to have caught me in the middle of doing what I do when I'm not doing the things that you know that I do. You don't have to judge me, okay? I'm very dangerous. Everyone fears me.
I'm gonna be a dragon.
Moundo. Use all the audio and video effects you want to use and really just destroy your video however you want. Aw, yuckin'. I froze all your other attendees with liquid nitrogen.
Wow, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
A big fucking elephant consuming totally inanimate, insentient doodads.
Salutations here, you're watching. Oh my fucking god. Why does this keep fucking happening to me? What the is this? Stop.
Crusty old fuddy-duddies. Boosh, or thwap, or cabal.
Yeah, we're gonna rate Toki Shepherd.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, baby.
Explosives. I like to jump up and down, and you never call me adorable.
Come on, do it. Just eat my computer.
Wimble D Dimble.
I eat the children.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna do a little outro, and yeah, so thanks everyone for coming to this very special return stream. I really appreciate, I genuinely appreciate y'all like coming out to hear me out, essentially. See what I gotta say about mental health and all that good stuff. I hope y'all have a good evening, day, and or night. Make sure to get plenty of rest. Eat good food. Drink water. Don't let anyone take your joy, and also make sure to ask. Don't be afraid to ask for help, or to ask someone how they're doing. We never, because if you're going through something fucking rough, you need to just suck it up and ask for help. And if you can't do it, you need to ask for help before it gets worse. Anyways,